Hello students, this is the video of your SDL, that is self-directed learning for English literature, where we are going to study the chapter of magic vessels. So let me just share my screen with everybody, and meanwhile you all can just open your textbook, or even if you don't have the textbook, that's fine, because just look at the screen, the entire chapter is pasted here. So children, before we begin, I have pasted this thing because I want you to see the characters so that you have a better understanding of the story. So this story is about Tenali Raman. This person in white attire is Tenali Raman, and this story is based off Tamil Nadu, which is a state in south of India. So people believe that Tenali Raman was a very, very famous, intelligent, witty, funny man who was also very brave. So Tenali Raman's stories are actually very interesting, and one of which we have in our textbook, The Magic Vessels. So let's take a look. So what happened, Tenali Raman and his wife and two daughters stayed in a sleepy village in Tamil Nadu. Sleepy village means not very active, like people were very laid back, small village. So what happens, one day Tenali Raman tells his wife that we have two daughters and it is time to get our elder daughter married. So the wife gets excited. She says, yes, soon after the harvest, we will select a date and get our daughter married. Now, what is harvest? It means that after the harvest season, they will sell all the crops. The crops will be harvested, right? So they will sell all the crops, they will get the money, and they will be able to afford the wedding. They will pay the bills of the wedding by selling the crops and grains. So that is what they have a discussion. And while discussing, they both decide that they are going to invite the whole village. And then the wife says, yes, and we will serve them the best food. Okay. And it's a very exciting wedding for the villagers also, because they have never attended a marriage like that. So if you see the third comic picture, there are three people, two men and a woman, who are talking amongst each other about the wedding. So they are saying, oh, there are going to be dancers. Have you heard that there's a famous wedding out there, Tenali Raman's daughter's wedding? And they are just talking amongst themselves. Okay. And just a week before the wedding, Tenali Raman tells his wife that, oh my God, we have invited the whole village, but we don't even have that big vessel, where we will cook food. So Tenali Raman's wife says, it's okay, let's ask the neighbors. I'm sure they'll help us out. So, and Tenali Raman is a very kind, nice-hearted person. Okay. So when it's a very funny story. I really like the story a lot. So when Tenali Raman goes and asks his neighbors that, please, people, please give me, can I please borrow your vessels? Everybody lets him borrow. Okay. Brass pots, plates, tumblers, everything. So they now have everything arranged. And his wife says, see, I told you, right? Our neighbors will help us. Okay. Then it's the wedding day, and the wedding went off very well. So now Tenali Raman is thinking, how can I show my gratitude? Means, how can I show that I'm very thankful to my helpful neighbors? And he gets an idea. He thinks, I'll give them a small vessel when I return their pot. So he thinks that, whenever he returns his pot, their vessels, whatever vessels people have given, when he goes to return those vessels, he will give one extra pot to all of them to say thank you. That is his return gift to people. Okay. And then when he gives a small pot to people, people start saying that this is not my pot. So he says, no. It is your pot only, because your big vessel has given a small baby. That is just a joke that he cracks, and but people believe him. And this person thinks that, what, having a baby? You are such a fool, he says in his mind. Okay, he thinks that Tenali Raman is being a fool, that he thinks that the big vessel has given a small baby vessel. But all the villages are very greedy, right? So they all say that, Tenali Raman has given everybody extra vessel, and he says that the vessel has got baby. That is why he's giving us small vessels. He's such a fool, everybody thinks. Okay, all the villagers. So that this person says, imagine if I will give him silver vessel, means he will give me silver vessel next time. And they start planning to trap him. Then Tenali Raman's second daughter's wedding comes. Okay. So then also all the people in the village are very eager. They are forcing Tenali Raman to take their vessels. They are like, take my silver pot, take my gold pot, take my metal pot. So Tenali Raman is thinking, oh my God, I have not asked also anybody for help. Why are people being so curious to give me their vessels? So he thinks that something is fishy. Why are people so excited? Then all these people know what is written there. When he found out the reason, he decided to teach them a lesson. He understood, Tenali Raman understood that yes, these people are trying to make a fool of me. Wait, I'll teach all these people a lesson, all these greedy people a lesson. So they all these villagers now go to the king. Now let's see what they are saying. Help us, your highness. Tenali kept the silver pots we lent him. He's a thief. He must have sold them. When we ask for them, he says they are gone. So all these villagers are now angry. Next scene is what? The villagers have gone to the king and they are saying that Tenali Raman is not returning us silver pots. We gave them for the second daughter's wedding and he is not giving us. So now, Tenali. So the king calls Tenali. Tenali, you lend the silver pots. Did they lend you? Means did they give you the silver pots for your second daughter's wedding? So Tenali is honest. He says, yes, sir. They gave me silver pots. Then king is asking, then why didn't you return them the silver pots? It's their pots, right? So Tenali Raman is saying, but the pots died. They got some disease and the pots died. Huh? Everybody in the village, village's expressions are, huh? How is it possible? Metals have no life. They are not living things that they will die. People have started shouting, okay? Pots die, what's next? People are like shouting at Tenali Raman. And this king is watching the whole show. And king also says, you keep quiet, Tenali. How can the pots die? You better return their pots to them. So Tenali says, sir, 1 minute. Last year, when I told them that my pots gave birth and I gave them small extra pots, that time everybody believed me and everybody took my pot. So if the pots can give birth, the pots can also die, right? So now why they are not believing that the pots have died? When I was giving them that time, nicely they have taken. So king asked them, is that true? King asked the villagers, is that true that you believed this foolish story? Tenali Raman says, yes, ask them that they have believed me. So all the villagers have no answer only. They say, yes, we have believed him. So the king says, now I can't do anything. It's your foolishness. You go, nobody will get their pots. So Tenali Raman says it's simple. Whichever thing can give birth can really also die, right? That's the logic. So all the villagers are disappointed and now they're heading back home. So Tenali says that I will return my all the pots to them, but I just wanted to teach them a lesson. And all the villagers are saying, I thought Tenali Raman was a fool, but he made a fool of us only. All the villagers are now thinking that, and their greediness has been exposed. So now the king is having a hearty laugh, means the king is laughing, and the king is saying that, and what a lesson. I haven't laughed so much in so many weeks. Means that was a good lesson that you taught. So basically the moral is what? That being greedy leads to nowhere. So nobody should be greedy and we should all be helping our neighbors and not trying to cheat anybody. That is the kind of moral that you're learning from Tenali Raman's chapter of the magic vessels. So I hope you have understood, and I will be attaching the question answers for this chapter also. Please take a look in the EduSprint. Thank you, class.